Hi everyone, welcome back to Mind Unscripted. I'm so glad you're joining me today, and if this is your first time here, welcome. This podcast is all about exploring mental health topics and sharing practical tips for navigating life's ups and downs. In today's episode, we're diving deep into a subject that many of us can relate to: loneliness. It's a feeling that can hit us hard, whether we're surrounded by people or sitting in solitude. Loneliness can be a heavy burden, affecting our mental health and well being. But don't worry, today we're not just discussing the challenges of loneliness, we're also going to explore effective strategies for coping with it and ways to build meaningful connections with others. So grab a cozy blanket, maybe a cup of your favorite drink, and let's get started. Number one, defining loneliness. Loneliness is often confused with solitude, but they are different. Solitude can be a choice, a time to recharge and reflect. Loneliness, on the other hand, is an emotional state, a feeling of disconnection or isolation, even when surrounded by people. It's essential to recognize that loneliness can occur in various contexts. For instance, you might feel lonely in a crowded room or among friends if those relationships don't feel deep or meaningful enough. Number two, types of loneliness. Emotional loneliness. This is characterized by a lack of intimate connections. You might have acquaintances or classmates, but you feel you lack close relationships where you can share your feelings and your thoughts. Next, social loneliness. This type of loneliness arises when feeling disconnected from a wider social network. You might feel isolated after moving to a new school or transitioning into a different stage in life, like moving from your middle school to a high school or high school to college. And lastly, situational loneliness. Sometimes loneliness is tied to specific situations like a breakup, loss of a loved one, or changes in life circumstances such as graduating or starting a new job. Understanding these nuances can help us identify our feelings more accurately and find the right strategies to cope. Number three, statistics on loneliness. It's shocking to see how common loneliness has become. Studies have shown that nearly 50% of people report feeling lonely at some point. With the rise of technology and social media, these feelings can often intensify, making it crucial to address and understand them. I know it sounds contradicting because social media was made to feel connected, but it is doing the exact opposite. It's intensifying our feelings of loneliness because a lot of these connections through social media aren't real and deep and genuine. They're all just surface level, and sometimes having a lot of surface level relationships can help you feel even more lonely. So let's look at the impact of loneliness on mental health. Number one, emotional effects. Loneliness can lead to a variety of emotional challenges, including increased feelings of sadness, anxiety, and even depression. It can create a vicious cycle where feelings of loneliness lead to withdrawal from social situations, which in turn can exacerbate feelings of loneliness. For many, loneliness can lead to negative thought patterns. You might start to believe that no one cares or that you'll never find meaningful connections, which can further deepen your isolation. This can also impact your self-esteem, where you start to think that you're the problem. Number two, physical effects. Research has shown that chronic loneliness is linked to physical health problems, including heart disease, weakened immune function, and increased mortality risk. It's a stark reminder that our mental and physical health are closely intertwined. Additionally, loneliness can affect our sleep quality, leading to insomnia or restless nights. This lack of sleep can in turn worsen mental health symptoms, creating a challenging cycle. Number three, long-term consequences. Over time, persistent loneliness can lead to changes in your brain function, affecting your memory and cognitive abilities. It can also make individuals more susceptible to substance abuse and risky behaviors as a means of coping. So, how do we cope with loneliness? The first step in dealing with loneliness is acknowledging that it exists. It's okay to feel lonely, and recognizing this is crucial for addressing it head on. Journaling can be a helpful way to explore your feelings and understand the triggers behind your loneliness. It's also vital to be kind to yourself during these times. Instead of berating yourself for feeling lonely, treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer to a friend. Remind yourself that it's a common human experience and doesn't define your worth. Find hobbies or activities that bring you joy, whether it's painting, gardening, cooking, or exercising. Engaging in activities you love can provide a sense of fulfillment and distract you from loneliness. Plus, it can often lead to meeting new people who share similar interests. Also, establishing a daily routine can provide structure and purpose, which is especially helpful when feeling lonely. This routine could include time for self-care, hobbies, and even small goals for social interaction, like reaching out to a friend or joining a local class. Don't hesitate to talk to someone you trust about how you're feeling. Sharing your feelings with friends or family can provide comfort and understanding. And oftentimes, when you just open up about your feelings with a friend, it leads to creating a stronger bond with that friend, and it helps you feel a lot less alone, and also helps your feelings of loneliness just when you talk to a friend about it. Next, practicing mindfulness can help you become more aware of your feelings and thoughts without judgment. Meditation can be a powerful tool for calming your mind and finding inner peace. Apps like Headspace or Calm can be great resources for beginners. And if you're comfortable, consider talking to a mental health professional who can offer more guidance and support. And lastly, pay attention to the media you consume and the people you surround yourself with. Negative influences, whether from social media or unsupportive friends, can exacerbate your feelings of loneliness. Curating your environment can help foster a more positive mindset. So, how do you build connections and make friends? Number 1, start small. Making new friends can feel overwhelming, especially when you're feeling lonely already. So start small by initiating conversations with your existing acquaintances or like classmates. A simple "how's your weekend" can open the door to deeper connections. Number 2, join clubs or groups. Explore your local clubs or groups that align with your interests. Whether it's a book club, sports team, or art class, joining a group can help you meet people who enjoy the same things as you, basically like-minded individuals. Websites like meetup.com can be great for finding local events and groups. Number 3, use social media wisely. Use social media to connect with others who share your interests. Engaging in online communities can be a stepping stone to forming real-life friendships. Look for groups related to your hobbies or interests and participate actively. Maybe meeting an online friend who isn't there in real life can help you open up a little more and help you feel comfortable opening up to people in real life as well. Volunteer. Volunteering is a fantastic way to meet new people while contributing to your community. Look for local charities or organizations that resonate with you. The shared experience of helping others can create a sense of like purpose and help you feel less alone as well, because you're all working together towards the same purpose. Number 5, attend social events. Attend events in your community, whether they're workshops, art shows, or meetups. Step out of your comfort zone and be open to meeting new people. Bring a friend along if it helps ease the anxiety of attending alone. Number 6, be genuine. When meeting new people, be authentic. Show genuine interest in their lives and share a bit about yourself. Authenticity fosters trust and connection, making it easier to form lasting friendships. Number 7, follow up. If you connect with someone, don't hesitate to follow up. Send a message or invite them to grab coffee. Building friendships takes effort, and following through can strengthen the bond. Number 8, use icebreakers. Having a few icebreakers ready can help ease the tension in social situations. Questions like, "What's the best book you've read lately?" or "If you could travel anywhere, where would you go?" can spark can spark interesting conversations, because most of the time these questions can lead to deeper conversations, like maybe there's some reason behind a certain book being their favorite book, or maybe if the travel destination that they would love to go is tied to like a childhood memory. And lastly, join online courses. Consider enrolling in online courses that interest you. Many platforms like Coursera or Udemy offers classes where you can interact with fellow learners, making it easier to connect over shared interests. And some more strategies were with coping with loneliness and making friends is to be patient with yourself. Building connections takes time. Be patient with yourself and recognize that it's okay to take small steps. Every little effort counts. And practice gratitude. Incorporate gratitude into your daily routine. Reflecting on the positive aspects of your life can shift your mindset and help you appreciate the connections that you do have, no matter how small. Number 3, host small gatherings. If you feel comfortable, consider hosting small gatherings with people you want to get to know better. A casual game night or a movie marathon can create a relaxed atmosphere for bonding. Number 4, explore nature. Spending time in nature can have a healing effect on your mental health. Whether it's going for a walk in the park or hiking a local trail, being outdoors can improve your mood and provide opportunities to meet others. Number 5, develop empathy. Building connections often starts with empathy. Try to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their feelings. This understanding can create a stronger bond and make conversations more meaningful. Number 6, use humor. Humor can be a great icebreaker. Don't be afraid to share a funny story or joke when meeting new people. Laughter can help ease tension and create a relaxed atmosphere. Number 7, reconnect with old friends. If you have friends that you've lost touch with, consider reaching out. A simple message asking how they've been can reignite old friendships and provide a sense of reconnection. And lastly, loneliness can be a tough journey, but it's essential to remember that you're not alone in feeling this way. By acknowledging your feelings and taking small steps towards connection, you can combat loneliness and build fulfilling relationships. That's what I ended up doing. For most of my life, I never really had like close friends. I used to switch schools a lot, so it was really hard for me to go out of my way, out of my comfort zone to try to make new friends. So for most of my life, I just never did. I often felt lonely, and I was often the one that was left alone during break, and I would eat lunch by myself and stuff like that, and I would hate it. I would be upset all day and I would feel so lonely that I would drown in my own loneliness. But what happened is, in grade 10, I started pushing myself out of my comfort zone and engaging in class conversations. No matter how stupid it felt or how uncomfortable it was for me, I started slowly pushing myself to engage in these class conversations. And slowly, I found people I bonded over similar interests with in class, and eventually we started talking outside of class as well and formed closer bonds. That's what I did when I moved to a new school again. Obviously it was scary because I've done it so many times, and every time it was a whole new difficult like experience, right? But this time when I moved to a new school, when I started fresh again, I took it as an opportunity to meet new people, to start over, and to meet maybe some new amazing people who I might have never met before at my old school. So that's what I did. From the first day at school, I started putting myself out there and I started talking to more people, trying to kind of understand new people and try to bond with new people over maybe some shared interests, or I just tried to be myself. Like, I wasn't trying really hard to fit in or to be likable. I was just being myself and things worked out. So bottom line, just try to put yourself out there as much as you can, but not in a fake manner. Try to put yourself out there as your authentic self. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to encourage you to take action. Try implementing just one of the strategies that we discussed today, whether it's reaching out to an old friend or joining a local group. Every little step counts, and you never know where it might lead you. So Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Mind Unscripted. I hope you found these insights and strategies helpful. And if you enjoyed today's discussion, please share this episode with anyone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to follow for more conversations on mental health and personal growth. Until next time, take care of yourself, be gentle with your heart, and remember that reaching out for connection is a brave and valuable step. You've got this.